Hello, Spiel, how are you? My name's Jules German. I'm a creative director for consumer products at Wētā Workshop. It's my first time here at Spiel. We're here with our friends at Warhammer to showcase some of our product that we're doing with them. But what I'd like to do here is give you a short presentation of what we do. Do you guys know who Wētā Workshop is? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. All right. So, for 40 years, we describe ourselves as an artisan-based craft workshop servicing the world's entertainment industries. So everything from film, collectibles, video games, museums. Basically, if you can imagine it, we like to think we can build it. We started 40 years ago from very humble beginnings. Richard and Tanya, our CEOs, creative controllers, the owners, started in their basement building models, creatures for local TV advertising. New Zealand's a very small country. There's only 5 million people in the entire place. So creative work can be difficult to find and even more difficult to maintain over a long period of time. So these two people are heroes of mine, and I think for most people that work for us. What we're known for, I think, Middle-earth, right? Like Lord of the Rings. But film work in general, we've worked on a lot of films over the years and continue to do so. Like, we consider ourselves storytellers, and we like to help people tell stories and, of course, tell some of our own. So any way we can do that is always like an honor and a privilege. Film is a great outlet for some of the most amazing stories being told in this day and age. So this sort of goes back to what I was saying before. We are an arts and entertainment company. We operate across a very diversified range of disciplines and skills. These are the areas that we've split our business unit up into. We've got creative media, which is mostly online stuff, dealing with some of the virtual reality spaces, things like that. At the moment, we're mostly working with some Chinese artists, some pop stars and musicians in that area. Immersive experiences is like location-based experiences, like big museum shows, or when someone wants to create a space where you will walk into and be overloaded with whatever educational or entertainment experience they're trying to offer. Manufacture is what we call our screen division, which is probably what we're most well known for. That's the biggest department with about 200 people, so that's where we make our film props, our costumes, our prosthetics. Most recently, we've been sort of dabbling in robotics a little bit, which is weird, but very exciting. Design studio is where we'll design for film or for comic books, for video games, you name it. Consumer products, which is where I'm currently working, that is statues and renditions of characters from screen or page or game. At the moment, like we're here with Warhammer, which we'll get to. Game studio. We released our first ever video game this year, Tales from the Shire. It's a cozy game. It's sort of had a mixed reaction out there. Some people like it, some other people less so. But it was our first time. Tourism. In New Zealand, we're based in New Zealand, if anyone didn't know that. We have 2 tourism experiences, one in Auckland and one in Wellington. The Wellington one is where we showcase Wētā Workshop itself. Auckland is called Unleashed, where we try and inspire young people to be creative. We think the coolest thing that we can make is more makers. So one way to do that is to show children from an early age what creativity is and to encourage them to create their own dreams and bring their aspirations into reality. You guys want a video, a little thing?
ready?
All right. Hopefully that shows you a little bit of the sort of culture and the work we do at Wētā Workshop. Like I said, we love narrative, we love stories, and we love helping people tell their stories. And hopefully one day we'll get to tell more of our own stories. Collectibles. So this is my very favorite thing in life, outside maybe of my wife and daughter. I love statues of the characters that we all love, the heroes and the villains. So when we made Lord of the Rings, when we helped make Lord of the Rings, we started making statues of some of the characters from that film, and we found that they were pretty popular, that other people liked representations in sculptural form of characters that they love. So we've been doing it ever since. We love and celebrate all the arts. With the collectibles, it's primarily a celebration of sculpture. We'll use traditional techniques in clay, and then obviously, as technology has improved and 3D printing has got pretty good, we've also folded in digital sculpting. These are some of the people we're currently working with. Some of them are ones we've worked with in the past, but we partner with people all around the world. If you've got a cool story to tell, we would love to help you tell it. Lord of the Rings, possibly what we're most well known for. At this point, it's in our DNA. We consider ourselves humbly the caretakers of Middle-earth. We're very, very honored and proud to be involved in these stories, and we hope to be helping tell these stories for a long time to come. This is an example of the most recent Masters collection we did, which we unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con this year. It was a really daunting piece. It's in 1/6 scale, and it's the entire Fellowship plus Gollum. People had been asking us for a really long time that we should do the entire Fellowship. We were always a little bit nervous about that because it's a very daunting task, both creatively with how much time it would take to do, and it would also command quite an expensive price tag, which is something you've always got to be aware of with these things. But we finally did it, and this one sold out in like 49 minutes. So there's still clearly a lot of love for sculpture, Middle-earth, and storytelling in the world. Wētā Workshop and Warhammer. This is what's brought us to SPIEL this year for the first time, and quite an immense part of our history in a way. 3 years ago, we partnered with Warhammer in an official capacity. We'd sort of been friends over the years. We've both been heavily involved in Middle-earth, and the DNA of our two companies is remarkably similar in some really important ways that really, really count when you're trying to do business in these areas. This was a incredibly exciting moment for so many of us at Wētā Workshop, because I'm sure, like I imagine some of you out there, the way we came to this life and how we spend our lives and what we do for our jobs, in many cases started with little Warhammer minis. They were accessible, we could get them, we could paint them. It introduced us to these massive worlds of this intense, epic storytelling. And like for me personally, it's been a lifelong love affair hanging out with Warhammer, and I consider it a really deep honor to sort of help portray some of their characters. The first one we did was Lieutenant Titus from the Ultramarines. This seemed kind of like the only choice. Like if those of you aware of Warhammer, the Ultramarines are kind of the poster boys. You sort of have to do them, right? At this point in time, there was also the video game Space Marine 2 coming out. So there was a even larger awareness of the Warhammer universe out there in the zeitgeist, which is always handy. Then we moved on to Abaddon the Despoiler, who's honestly probably one of my personal favorite collectible sculptures that I've ever been involved with at my time at Wētā Workshop. I've been there for 11 years, so like that video would have shown you, I've seen a lot of really cool stuff. I really, really loved this one. Then we moved on to Celestine, the Living Saint. It was super, it's always really, really cool when you can portray a strong female character in a fantasy setting. Like, in a lot of the stories, it is kind of male dominated. So when there's a cool female character, it's always a big pleasure to get to portray her. Then more diversity. Now we've got goblins. Skragrot the Loon King. He was our first entry into the worlds of Age of Sigmar. So that was another really exciting project for us, and one we were super happy to be involved with. The lead sculptor on a lot of these is an Englishman called Daniel Cockesell. He's been sculpting his entire life. He's very, very, very good. This one was done in clay. I'm always really happy when the old techniques are used. It's so common these days for a digital creative pipeline. So when a traditional technique is able to be employed, I think that's always something to celebrate and be happy about. Now I've got another video for you of the latest Warhammer collectible we made, which we unveiled here at SPIEL over at the Warhammer booth. And I hope you enjoy this one.
Each time we pass through the lightning and wake on the anvil, we lose something. For you, it is the past.
Dead heroes chosen by Sigmar to save the mortal realms. We have no other purpose. We do whatever it takes to win. There are too many threats. We strike with the tool that will get the job done. We are what we choose to be. Death is the price we pay. And I pay it gladly.
If anyone wants to see that statue, I've brought the Paint Master with me, like the one we actually made at the workshop, and it's on display at the Warhammer booth. All right, that's the end of the slideshow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gives you a little bit of an insight of what we do. Now I'm going to have a chat with this man.
Give a warm applause, please, first, and join me on the sofa here. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have some time to talk about what you guys do and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I especially love that at the end of the video you can see like that it's you because of your hair in the shadow. Did you guys notice? That is like a nice Easter egg there.
Yeah. They. I quite often end up on the videos and talking about Wētā Workshop, but particularly with the Warhammer stuff, because I love it.
So tell me a little bit about the process. You said you brought the master statue with you. How does a statue, like from the beginning, like what is the first step? Like how do you choose the motive? How do you start getting ideas for new statues?
That's a great question. It's a long process. At the beginning, when we're concepting, we start with a story. Everything, at the heart of everything is the story. And there has to be, like I really believe there has to be love at the center of everything. You have to love the story and love the character or find a way to love it. If it's an evil character or a monster, you still have to find a way to love it. And then once you've found that, you decide on the motive, like what's the motivation of the character, or if it's a location, what feelings do you want to evoke? So is it movement and excitement, or is it pathos and sadness and a quiet moment? And then we just start designing, like what looks cool. So like all of the design language comes into play. So like silhouette is really important. You just go through the steps and we work with our partners. So with Games Workshop, we just send them drawings and preliminary sculpts, and we truly, genuinely collaborate until we're both happy, and then we start sculpting. Yeah.
Especially because it's a statue. It has to be like the perfect moment. Everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
I like the dynamic of the pose and everything.
Thank you.
Is that something that you think of second? Or is it always like in your mind, how do we do the statics of stuff like that? Or is it like, let's get the idea out first, let's see if we can do that later?
It's always a little bit different. With Neve Black Talon, we knew we wanted her to be really, really dynamic. So that informed how we were thinking about what story we wanted to tell. But we knew from the beginning with Neve that we wanted her to be really dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the mock-ups, after like drawings and stuff like that, and you discuss with the team, and if the decision is made, like what is the first step, like by really crafting it? Are you using a lot of like 3D modeling, or is it like more handwork?
It depends on the artist. So we have a team of artists. Some of them prefer to use traditional techniques like clay. Some prefer to use digital. More and more we're seeing digital as younger generations of artists come up through the ranks. The computers are such a dominant force now that there's less and less people using clay.
Yeah.
But we try and lean into the strengths of the artist. So if someone's good or prefers using clay, we'll do clay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we start mocking up, like you do at home with your own like Play-Doh and stuff. We just start making shapes. And then we send it to our partners and go, do you like this? They may or may not have feedback. And we just keep going and keep refining it until it's finished.
And to be honest, I mean, it's only virtual clay if you do it in a 3D modeling tool,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
There's the same techniques, like starting from scratch.
It's the same process, yeah.
Is the new technology, like 3D printing, is that a lot of help with you guys, or?
It is. It definitely is. There's things that you can do. We mainly use a software called ZBrush. There is textures and things you can do in the computer that you just can't do with clay, with physical sculpting. But what's often not talked about is that the digital pipeline introduces a lot more steps. Like the 3D printing, what comes off the 3D printer needs a lot of physical work to clean it up.
Yep.
So it's actually, it has its advantages, but it also has some disadvantages. It's actually slower in our pipeline. It takes longer to process a digital sculpture quite often than it does a traditional.
Yeah. And from the first drafting to presentation at Gamescom, how long is the process for a statue like that altogether?
1 year.
It's always 1 year. It can be longer.
It can be longer if it's 1 year from ideation to being available on the shelf.
Yeah.
If the creative team, my team, take a long time, it can be longer. Yeah. But generally it's about 1 year.
Okay.
So a sculpture, we make a lot of different types, but anywhere 100 hours to up to 1,000 hours.
Wow.
Just in sculpting.
Yeah.
Then it's molding or 3D printing, cleanup, molding, casting, paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the final decision is okay, like from the production, how can we imagine how a statue like that gets produced? Is it like different parts that get put together, or can you step us through?
Absolutely. So everything is based around molding. So we'll 3D print or sculpt a piece, but then we need to be able to make a silicon mold. So you can't make a mold of every single shape in the universe. You sometimes have to cut them up to do it. So we cut them up, make a silicon mold, and then we pour resin into that mold, take out the resin, clean that up, make sure it fits together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And then once that's all working, and you have to take into account load bearing, like is it strong enough to support the weight? Some of them get really quite heavy.
Yeah.
Like our Space Marine statue is 25 kgs. Our Abaddon statue you saw there is 32 kgs.
Wow.
So there's a structural integrity component to it as well.
Yeah.
Once that's all figured out, we paint it. And then painting Abaddon, like when I'm on tools, I'm a painter. Abaddon, we painted 2. That was 150 hours of painting.
Okay. Is it then for each sculpture, or is it like only on the master sculpture?
We make what we call paint masters and mold masters, and then we send those to our manufacturing partners, and they are a set of instructions for them to copy. But every statue is made the same way.
Yeah.
They're hand painted, they're hand cast.
Yeah. And that's maybe the reason of the high price range, right? I mean, there's always going to be a discussion, like what is the target audience for statues like that? Is it a luxury item? Is it like a fan item? What is your audience?
That's a really good question. The big statues are definitely aspirational items. They're luxury items. They are expensive. We try and make a range of products to cater to everyone. But it's very, very hard. Like the dream of Wētā Workshop is to have long-term employment for artists. And you have to pay artists because they're just as deserving of a paycheck than anyone else in life. But when you have lots of people working on a thing, then the price of that thing has to go up. Yeah. So they are luxury items. So the target audience is super fans. Yeah, people that really, really love this stuff as we do.
Is it also like a collector's item? Is there some people like seeing it as an investment and sell it if it price goes
very
up?
much so. So we make, like Neve Black Talon, we'll only make 650 of her, and then that's it. We will never, ever make any more. Yeah. So there is a part of the community that does see it as an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of criticism about that you don't make reprints of stuff like that, so that the price stays lower?
It's a very good question. Yes and no. In the collecting community, we actually get more criticism for making too many.
Of course. From their perspective.
Yeah. So people want us to make less. So how we get around that is we have some are limited edition, like Neve Black Talon, and then we have, and like the Masters collection of Lord of the Rings, we only made 349. But then we have another range of Gandalf and like all of these other characters that we all love that are open edition, and they're a lot cheaper, but we're just going to make them for as long as people want them.
Yeah. I mean, there's magic cards where there's only one, like the One Ring, only one edition of that.
Exactly.
There's only going to be fans about that system and people that hate it, How did the cooperation with Games Workshop come together? It's been a long time now, but how did it start?
It started, we'd always unofficially had a relationship with them. Like I think in the creative industries around the planet, you eventually start to get to know each other a little bit. Like your paths just cross at places like this. We reached out to them 5 years ago, perhaps, and just started the conversation saying we would love to explore, like everything, it started with a conversation. We would love to explore partnering with you. We think we've got some really great ways that we could portray some of your characters. There's a lot, and then they immediately started talking back to us, and I think it became pretty evident really quickly that like I think I said, that we're very similar companies in some very important ways that matter. So a partnership seemed like a natural thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing a lot of Warhammer in the studio?
Yeah.
Like, because you work so much with them and with the statues, and you're so much into the lore, I guess, after researching for the statues, that you want to play it, right?
Oh, of course. And not just Warhammer. Like Wētā Workshop's very, very nerdy. There's a lot.
Really? I couldn't imagine. How come that?
What a surprise. But there's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. There's various game clubs around the company. Like people will meet up on a Thursday night, for beer and dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is certainly a lot of Warhammer and other games as well.
Yeah. And I hope you brought an empty suitcase with you because of all the games here.
Oh my God!
Did you think about that?
Oh, no, I absolutely did bring an empty suitcase.
I mean, that's the secret hidden specialty. Everybody has to bring a empty suitcase if you're here because of so many games you can buy.
I've bought a lot of paint. There's New Zealand is quite small. It's quite difficult to get some things there. So paint is one of them. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people painting. So I've bought a lot of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a demand for big statues like you guys do without painting so that people can paint them themselves?
Good. I think so. We have never done it. It's actually something we're looking into. Like, let's have the Warhammer models, for example. Like a Warlord Titan's this big.
Yeah.
So I think there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have, on and off over the years, people have expressed interest. Yeah. It's certainly something we're looking into.
How many emails do you get like each day for requests for certain statues, for certain characters and stuff like that? How do you filter that?
We get dozens and dozens of emails every year, every day, sorry. We actually, it's super useful. Like just in the last month, we've done 2 fan polls. Like we love engaging with the community. Like the community is what it's all about. If there isn't fans and people that love this, then this all goes away. So any conversation we can have is good. So like, for example, we just did fan polls over the last 2 months, and we're actually directly asking them. We give them a list of, in this instance, 4 characters from Lord of the Rings. You tell us which one we should make. And then they did, and then we gave them 4 different poses, and we said, which one of these poses?
Yeah.
So filtering it, you just sort of take it all on board and look for patterns. Yeah.
And how's the reaction here for the new statue at Gamescom? Sorry, at SPIEL. Sorry, SPIEL.
It's hard to tell. Like when I'm it seems like it's making people happy. Like it seems to be generating excitement. I hope it is making people happy. Yeah.
But you can't buy it here, right?
You can pre-order it here. We don't have stock with us, but there's a QR code which will take you to our website, and we ship globally if people do want one.
I mean, I'm kind of glad. I don't want to carry home 35 kilo.
They're very, very large.
Yeah, I bought too many board games, so I can't afford it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions from the audience? If you want to ask a question you always had over there. We have the green little cube over here. I can throw it to you. Could you guys pass it on to the lady in the back, please? So, and please stand up and speak directly into the black box. Try again. Können wir ein Handmikro haben, bitte? Das Mikro geht nicht.
Test it. Oh, there we go.
Now it works.
Hi. I have two questions, if that's okay.
Of course.
Firstly, can you tell us about any projects that you have in the pipeline that you're really excited about? And secondly, if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring creatives, what would it be?
Okay, I absolutely am not allowed to tell you about any projects we have in the pipeline. There's so much secrecy in what we do to protect our clients and stuff, so I'm sorry I can't talk about it. For young artists, what I tell them is never stop. Just never stop. Art is the most beautiful and important thing in the entire world. It is difficult, or it can be difficult, but it's worth it. And if you never stop, if you do it for long enough, someone is going to notice, and that's all you need. So just never stop, and always be curious. That you can never stop learning. No one ever truly masters anything. You just, with practice, you get better at something. So just keep practicing and keep going, and that's my advice. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Any more questions? Over here. Maybe just throw it. It will come to the front. Yeah, just throw it and then we can pick it up. One more throw, and we're there. Perfect.
What would you like to make most out of Warhammer, Jules?
What would I most like to make out of Warhammer? My favorite Warhammer faction, bar none, is the Age of Sigmar Nurgle. So I would love to make a Blight King, or a Blight King. Actually, hands down, for me, it's a Blight King.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You should do it.
Permission granted. For those of you who don't know, that's Adam Troke. I kind of report to him when we're dealing with Warhammer.
Any more questions? We still have time for 2, maybe 3 questions or 2.
So it's going to be a long throw.
Yes. Perfect.
Wollte denn das hier haben?
Yeah.
Who wanted to ask the question? Can you please stand up? We can't see you.
Keiner. Was ist los hier?
They decided to not ask the question. Maybe the question was answered. Of course, you can't talk about projects in the pipeline. We understand that. But is there something in your heart that maybe an IP you always wanted to cover as a consumer product creative director that is in your heart?
Of course. I mean, in all honesty, the biggest one for me is Warhammer. Second to that, outside of Middle-earth, I'm a big Masters of the Universe fan.
Ooh.
So if I got to be involved in anything to do with Masters of the Universe, I would be over the moon. I love all of and like we all do, like the fantasy stories, Conan the Barbarian, you know, the Frank Frazetta illustrations, all of that stuff is my favorite.
Yeah. You're currently for the consumer product. That's your expertise. How does it work with Wētā? Are you switching inside the company if you want to maybe do other
Absolutely.
stuff?
Like I've been there.
Wait a second. Now.
Yeah, sure. Like I've been with Wētā Workshop 11 years now. I started on the manufacture floor as a caster, like casting things out of silicon molds. Then I made some models for Peter Jackson. He had a museum project based around World War I, so I built a lot of models for that. And then moved into the paint department. Like primarily I'm a painter. Then I ran the paint department for 7 years. And then I made the collectibles was always my passion. So that's where my heart was. Mm-hmm. And then a position became available to do that full time. So I applied for that job and got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can move around in the company.
Yes. Sounds like a dream workplace to be.
It has its moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like anything, it's not as romantic as people might think it is, but it is awesome. It is incredibly rewarding. It's very difficult. Like I work a lot. Like we all have quite long days, and that's why I think that you have to be passionate about it. You have to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it is difficult.
Yeah. I think it's aspiring that you really can feel that it's a company of artists, you know, like from artists for artists, and that's always like the main focus. Even if we're talking about products, but it's still about the creativity and the artist in the background.
100%. It has to be about the artifact. Like the things we make, we have to believe in, and we do, and it has to be the best we can make it. Like this is one of when I talked about what I think Warhammer and Wētā Workshop have in common, this is one of them, is when we're doing our jobs right, we deliver or try and deliver to exceed expectations. Like this is what you can imagine a thing can be. Both of our respective companies will make it, if this is what people think it is, we'll try and deliver that. And that, we might not hit that every single time, but that's the intention, is to just deliver, exceed the expectations of what a thing can be, push the boundaries.
Yes. Awesome. Please tell us again, where can we see the statue here if people are in the audience?
Our statue is at the Warhammer booth, which is you can see the Golden Demon branding in Hall 1. It's in the far corner. You cannot miss it.
You cannot miss it.
Please do come and visit. There's a lot of very, very cool stuff to see.
Cool. Go there and check it out, and please give a warm round of applause for Jules German. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's been absolutely incredible.